Today, I got reminded of a glimpse of my past where I didn't want to think about things that I had experienced in my life. And the way in which I was reintroduced to this feeling was through a reading that I did, a channeled message for a woman today, and it brought her to tears. I don't ask anybody anything. I even ask people, don't tell me anything. I just want to hear what comes in naturally. I want to see what comes in. And and then it's like, okay, well then they can also see that it's authentic. So that's my feeling anyway. But she it hit a nerve because heaven's message to her was to not reject herself and to just show up as she is. And wow, she said, I have not looked at this part of myself in a very long time. I don't allow myself to be in this headspace. I don't like looking at who she is. And I shared with her that there's no getting around looking at who you are. And that's a fact. I told her I've had my near-death experience, and you are never afforded the opportunity to not look at yourself. As a matter of fact, I didn't share this part with her, but as you're watching your life review, you are looking with your guides around you. You're in this unbelievably incredible place filled with love and oh my gosh, it's amazing. But you can't walk away. You can't stop hearing it. You can't stop seeing it. You are in it again. So, FYI, in case you don't believe in life reviews, that's okay. And if you're an atheist, no problem. I was too. So, I was quite surprised that that is real. Anyway, I share this message with you because I want to encourage you to not reject yourself for what you've been through in life. Honor it. Because literally, these tough times show up in order to invite us to show up differently in our lives. You've got to get to the next level of you. And how are you going to get to the next level of you if it's comfortable? You won't. So I definitely got shoved into getting to the next level of me during my near-death experience and after. And there were, I can think of 2, 3 specific times after my near-death experience where it was like, all right, Megan, you won't hear it unless we push you. And that's how I feel. It was a push, but that push is the opportunity for me to wake up to a next level of me. And that's what I've had to do. So I'm sharing this with you because, look, it's not easy. Life is not easy. Showing up is not easy. But listen, we all came here with a purpose. And the purpose on this planet is to correct the planet's energy. And the only way you can correct a past life, yeah, karma's real. I didn't believe in it until my near-death experience. And I heard it from God's mouth. The only way that you can correct your karmic lives is to show up as love in this life. And whenever you're challenged with a face-off, we'll just call it the face-off, when energetically somebody shows up and is like, yeah, no, or violates you, or disrespects you, or whatever it is. And there's a lot of examples right now in the world. Let's be clear. But these are opportunities for each of us as an individual to move forward and correct that energy. So where love is out of alignment, this is your opportunity to shift and help the world shift. Because by helping the world, you're helping yourself. By helping yourself, you're helping the world. This is how it works. Love misses nothing. So I share this because I think it's important that everyone know you cannot get away from yourself. So whatever it is that you don't want to think about again, you'll have to think about it eventually. I invite you to just love yourself through it in this life before you get to the other side. Because when you get to the other side, you're going to really wish that you had done it differently. And then you'll be like, what was I thinking? What was I so scared of? Why did I feel so uncomfortable? Why didn't I do this? Why? I've been there. And you know what? I don't want to do it again. I encourage you to just receive every life experience as the child it is within you. So parent yourself. That's what I learned in heaven. I mean, Jesus flat out said, if you knew that every experience in your life was a child within you, what would you do to those children? And immediately I said, evict them immediately. They're old enough and they can take care of themselves. And he said, okay, well, we have more talking to do. So we spoke more. I don't remember that part of the conversation. I'm not allowed. But at the end, he said, okay, I'm going to ask you a question again. He said, knowing that every experience is a child inside of you, what would you now do to those children? And he said, keep in mind, every child is you. Okay, that was a light bulb moment for me because my son was 4 at the time. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't reject my child. And so I switched it. I had to be the parent for myself. And I said to Jesus, I said, I would acknowledge them. I will listen to them. I will nurture them and I will love them. And he said, wow. And if you could name your children, what would you name them? And I was so embarrassed because here I am in front of Jesus. And I know I've shared this story before, but I got reminded of it again today. And it's always worth repeating. And when I looked down, my eyes welled up with tears and I looked back up at Jesus and I said, I would name them all love. He said, wow. And why would you name them love? And I said, because love gave me the life that I chose. Love helped me design what it was that I needed to help correct the patterning of energy that I put out of alignment with love. And that is for you as well. That's for all of us. That's what we're here to do. So we are here to be these incredibly powerful, loving beings that we're born as. This is who we are. This is not what people are taught, and I get that. I really understand it, but this is who we are. So, I could identify with that woman today, not wanting to revisit a past life situation or experience. And now I stand next to myself as the observer. And I tell myself, now I've been doing this for a while. I've been working on this for a few years now in this way, where I give myself permission to just look and watch, step outside of myself, watch myself as my life review. Okay, so what is it that this experience is tapping into? What is it really? What is it really connected to? And so I try not to have an emotion one way or another. I don't want to get too hot on the temperature scale and I don't want to get too cold. So I want to stay right in that center where it's just acceptance. Like God ordered me to tell everybody, acceptance is synonymous with love. And when you can really work on that, it's like, wow, you understand that it's not condoning anybody's behavior or circumstances at all. It's accepting that they don't know how to show up any differently. And why is that? And I'll tell you, it's because they don't understand love. Seriously, people do not understand the essence of who they are. So that is the impediment of humanity. Just FYI. Anyway, I thought I'd share this with you because it's such a good reminder to reevaluate the moment and how you're perceiving the experience. You have the opportunity to step forward now as the next level of yourself. So show up and ride the bull, because you've got to ride it out until that ding, ding, ding goes off, or the alarm, whatever. You got to do the whole thing, and it's worth it. Because in the end, when you can say, I showed up completely, I followed it through on every level of myself. I gave. That person was rejecting me, and I didn't reject them. I showed up understanding they didn't know how to do any better, and I still loved them anyway. So I wish you peace and happiness, and I want you to know what love is. So may peace be upon you, and maybe this resonated with you, or maybe it'll resonate with somebody that you know.